Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on SPNG, Sponge Tech Delivery Systems Incorporated. I did this one over the weekend, but after today's news and obviously high volume here, I wanted to get this one back up here and updated. I've received tons of questions about it already. So although I just did it with today's events, definitely needs to be updated again. So I'm going to tackle this chart from a couple different viewpoints. I'm going to go into the real short term and look exclusively at what this day looked like. So for that, I'll be using the 5-minute chart, and then also I'm just going to talk about it from a daily chart perspective. I know it took quite a big hit today; it was down about 30%. But once again, for the long-term players and for the overall chart, there's still some good things going on here. So it's not like the chart completely fell apart. Sure, in the short term it fell apart, but once again, from a long-term chart perspective, there's still some things going on that are nice, so I want to touch on those. So let's just get started. First, we'll talk about the overall chart perspective, and the two things I want to point out are both here, which is that purple line, that is the 50-day simple moving average, and then also here, which is this trend line, which I believe I drew over the weekend or maybe in one of the previous videos. But the thing to keep in mind is, at one point during the day, yes, the price was below both of these support levels, and this was actually a big solid red candle. However, by the end of the day, the bulls had pushed it back up to where it closed today, and it's above both of these support levels now. Now, why is that important? Well, it's just a good sign of strength that the bulls still found this bullish down here in terms of thinking it was a good price to buy in. So that is good to see. Here you can see it a little easier, but barely closed. Right now the 50-day simple moving average is 0.142, and we closed today at 0.1432. So not much, but we did close above it. But the main thing we wanted to see close above was this trend line here, which we did, and hopefully as time goes on this trend line will hold. That's something that will remain to be seen, but tomorrow should be pretty interesting also. If anything, a nice sideways day would be a good thing to see. I'm not sure if it's just going to all of a sudden spike right back up here. Crazier things have happened, but if you go with what happens with the majority of charts, hopefully you'll just get some sideways action here, let people digest this news, decide what they want to do, and then hopefully the price will rebound. But once again, from the overall chart perspective, so keep in mind we're looking at this trend line here, which extends back about 4 months here. We are still above it. Short term, we did drop below these support levels, but I think everybody will agree that short term now the chart's a little rough. But I know a lot of people are in this for the long term, and from that perspective, this trend line is still holding strong, and that's what you want to see. With this big volume, hopefully this is the day where the people that wanted to get out and freaked out about the news, hopefully they're all out now, and that this wick here represents buyers are coming back in and all the sellers are gone. But once again, that's one of those things that remains to be seen. So hopping down to the 5-minute chart, what we can see here is just the evident, my guess would be news came out before the bell, and the price just completely fell apart. You had the panickers here, people, just jumping out of windows, and then all the way down here at each one of these sections, you can believe that there are day traders and bottom feeders buying. Price started their positions here, averaged down a little bit more here, averaged down a little bit more here. Because when these sorts of things happen, a chart gets overextended this much, you just know there's going to be a bounce. So the cool heads that use charts and use experience on their side, they prevailed here. Like I said, did they time the exact bottom? I highly doubt it. But I'm guessing they staged their buys and something like that and bought maybe 25% of their position here, 25 there, and so forth, and kept their average right around this area here. And then when this bounce happened, they probably cashed out, and that's what you see the rest of the day. Not too much, just a slow and steady pattern like this. So, which would be expected. You had all the high drama here, represented by the volume, and then things chilled out here. But there may still be some quick day traders in here. But don't get me wrong, it's not like the only people buying here were day traders. I'm sure there were some longs taking advantage of these prices because they obviously have faith in the company long term. So that'll help out for this bounce. But in order for this thing to get headed back up again, it is going to need to clear out all those traders that got in, and will require some help from the company also. But right now, just taking a quick glance, let me bump this up to the 15-minute. The key resistance now on the short term seems to be this level right here, which is about 15 cents. So I'll just draw a quick line right there. But this 15-cent area, that's where you're going to want to get above in the short term. I believe the price was above there a little bit today, which is good. But a break above that would be a good little kind of first move in terms of hopefully heading back up here and giving this 15 period a test, which is valued at 17 cents. Keep in mind this is a 15-minute chart, so we're talking about a smaller time frame. So overall, for the short-term players, rough day. If people are playing up here, just hoping for a quick scalp, this was a losing trade for them. But for longer-term people, as I keep saying, the trend line held, and that's what you wanted to see. So if you have any other questions, shoot me a message. On another note, I'd encourage you to come by bullimarketnewsletter.net. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll be subscribed and get free chart setups, free trading ideas, and all sorts of things from small caps to big board stocks. We've been having some good success on our trading ideas and so forth. Our recent one we alerted at 22.5 cents. Today it hit 33 cents. In a matter of a couple weeks for a good 46% gain, so can't complain there. But we've been having some good success, so I'd encourage you to stop by, check it out, and it is all free, no strings attached. So hang in there, Sponge Tech people. We'll see what the rest of this week brings, but ideally you do want to see this support trend line hold. Have a good one.